while, per usual, welcome back to From the Pitch to Purpose, where me, Samantha Brand, aka Sammy B, talks to you about all of life transitions and just kind of like massively opens up my life to the masses, or all 12 of you who subscribe, who I am so grateful for. I'm coming at you from a place of like kind of disbelief and a little bit of vulnerability because I naturally teach in my writing community, through my social media, even my daughter. I teach her about self-love. I teach her about like putting herself first and being confident and all of these things, right? I teach all these things. And yesterday, I don't need any pity because I'm totally okay. I had to go to the ER last night, and I had to go to the ER because I had a massive asthma attack, and this isn't something that, like, happens to me often, so I'm not like, oh, here we go again. It was out of the blue. I was so flabbergasted that my body was breaking down, and I had to go to the ER at, like, 10:30 at night, meaning my daughter had to, and luckily, the most biggest blessing, luckily, was that I was at my mom's house, so I didn't have to panic about my daughter. I left my daughter with my mom, even though my mom does not parent her and still has to ask me to ask her to go to bed. But I left my work, so I have, like, a village with me. And not that I don't have a village where I live, but mom village versus, like, having to ask a friend is just different, right? Like, she's used to grandma. My mom has done bedtimes, all this stuff. So I'm at the ER, and right now I'm in a challenge, a writing challenge with my writing community. We're doing a journaling challenge right now, and it's 10 days. It was day 8, and I post them every evening. And I do this manually for a lot of reasons. Like, you could be like, why don't you just time those things? I used to do that, and it feels really impersonal. And sometimes things like this happen that will change the course of the challenge, and so I keep them very fresh. I keep them in a space where, like, I can just change it if something in the group changes anyways. I do them manually. I do them every single night. I journal first so I can make sure I'm coming from a place of genuine authenticity, and then I send them out. Well, I'm sitting in the ER at, 10 whatever, and my alarm goes up. Do your thing. Send your day. And I was like, oh my gosh, first of all, I can't speak right now without coughing, and I'm sitting in the ER waiting room, and I'm like, about to go back. And instead of messaging my community and saying, you're not going to get day 8 until tomorrow, or I can't do day 8 right now, I go and I text the prompts, and I'm like, here's what it is, love you guys so much. Now, no one, and I mean no one in my community would have been like, oh my God, she didn't send day 8, you know what I mean? No one would have done that. All of them would have been like, girls, rest. All of them. I have created such a safe place for the people in my community, and I sometimes forget it is also safe for me. It's safe for me to fall apart. It's safe for me to genuinely be like, I need grace. And my community has never met me with anything but grace, love, acceptance, support, all of the things, right? And so why is it that I'm out here preaching? Hey, the challenge is literally called Choosing Me. And in that moment, I was like, through my blurred, glossy, crying eyes, was like, here's your day 8 prompts. Girl, what? And when it comes to when people are having to rely on me and my community, I'm very strict with myself. I'm like, I will do what I need to do. I don't think in the 6 months of my first challenge, I have a 6-month space, and I don't think I canceled one thing. I think the only time we didn't meet, which I think we might have even just rescheduled, was Super Bowl weekend. And I was like, instead of today, let's do it Wednesday. That was I crave, true consistency for myself, for one, but within my community. And so I always come, I always show up. And so this was very showing and telling of me that I'm growing, yes, in the fact that, I got myself to the ER. And the only reason I freaking had to go to the ER because I was probably ignoring symptoms earlier in the week, right? I was compromised. I know that my lungs have been compromised this week. I'm like, oh, but I have this amazing, I basically have a new medication that really helps me. So I'm like, oh, it just takes a second to kick in. No, I was really not okay for an entire week. And the last time that this happened, the only reason that I was treated was because my daughter got sick and we went to urgent care together. And I'm like, I truly like think that as I come out of like massive survival mode within my grief, if you don't know, if this is your first episode listening, I'm a widowed mother. I was widowed at 31 years old with an 11-month-old baby, and my husband passed away. And then 3 months after my husband passed away, my dad was diagnosed with cancer, and so I spent the next 8 months, with my dad watching him pass away as well. So, like, I am barely, this is like, I've been 5 years since my husband passed and 4 years since my dad passed, and I'm just now sort of almost like coming out of survival mode. There's a lot of work to be done. But like there are things where I don't worry about that I used to. I don't cry. I'm not as triggered. My grief is still there, but I have a lot of tools to manage it now, right? And so honestly, like I'm disappointed in myself, but I'm also doing the work and I'm self-actualized enough to be like, you're not doing it as consistently as you need to. Or when's the last time you journaled brain dump? And really getting back to like the emotional side, because I think when I take care of myself emotionally, I automatically take care of myself physically. I think that sometimes we don't realize that the reason that our bodies are going crazy, sometimes we don't realize that the reason that we are falling apart physically is because we're holding so much mentally. Our body can't do all of it. My nervous system is like, you're not okay, nervous system. And so my cortisol levels spike, my immune system drops. And it's so all-inclusive, and I'm just really, really genuinely, I had a really big reality slap last night in the middle of the ER, and I'm not sitting there listening to music. They put me on a 3-round breathing treatment. They gave me a big steroid shot. Now I have to be on steroids for five days, which is very counterintuitive for my body. I do not medicate very often. I don't take very much medicine, so 3 days of a really powerful steroid is going to fuck me up. Sorry to use the F-bomb, but it's really going to fuck me up. It's going to fuck up my weight loss, and it's going to fuck up, how I feel throughout the day. It's really strong medication, so I didn't have to get here, right? I could have been a little bit more conscious of I'm not okay right now. I'm coughing incessantly again, which again happens with a lot of triggers. It can happen with anxiety. It can happen with all the, my environmental changes. When the weather goes hot and cold, I know these things are coming. I could have easily gone to urgent care when I realized I was coughing incessantly. But it took me having to go to the ER. And again, I've done the work, you guys. I've done the work to recognize when I need more. And so for me to have to go to an ER is disheartening, but it's also all right, girl, you don't have to dwell on this. You made a mistake this past week. You've done too much work to let it even take 48 hours for you to come to the conclusion that you got to do better. And I hope that when you guys get these big signals, whether it's with your body, your soul, whether you have a breakdown. I know sometimes I have a mental breakdown, and I realize it's because I've gone 90 days straight without any reprieve. I've gone 30 days without anybody watching my child. And I realize I'm exhausted because no one should raise a child by themselves. And I'm now I'm at a point where I'm working so hard to recognize those signs. Hey, I'm really irritable. Maybe I need a night by myself where the next morning I'm not taking care of anyone. And I think when you have a partner, those moments are more consistent, right? Baby cries, one of you gets up. Or, you might have a girls' weekend, and you don't have to worry about childcare because your spouse is going to watch your child. And so I have a lot of added stress that I don't really think about. I have to ask for babysitting and childcare often. And so I'm getting more bold with how I ask for help, when I ask for help. But it still took me a lot to ask my mom to keep my daughter tonight because I'm I probably need to not be momming right now. And it doesn't mean that I'm not sympathetic to this might be a little bit hard for my mom to keep her and watch her for a day, but I need this night tonight. and it was hard. It was really hard for me to ask for it. But, we worked out. We worked it out in about 20 minutes. She was going to go here and do that and whatever, right? So I am coming to a place of, like, if you're like me, who it takes a lot to, like, shake to your core. It takes a lot for you to listen to your body. It takes a lot for you to snap out of the monotony that is, life being right now. I encourage you. I encourage myself. I encourage all of us to truly, like, listen. It's not even the cliche listen to your body, but it's like do the thing. Do the small things. The tiniest of small things. Whether that's get your nails done, like get cute. Go to the grocery store and like a cute outfit. Like there's so many small things that I'm not doing that are fully within my capabilities and also don't take much energy. So, there you go. Like I said, I'm totally okay now. Still having a little bit of trouble breathing, but like that's gonna happen because I let it get real bad. But I tell people all the time, my grief is a full-time job that nobody sees me do. Nobody sees me grieving. Nobody sees me absolutely, like, broken, but still having to manage my life. And so that part is something that is on me to heal. It is on no one else. I can ask for support around me in that healing, but it is on me. It is on me to take myself seriously. It is on me to take my grief seriously. It is on me to take motherhood seriously. And the boundaries that I have to set with my daughter and my family, and just be like, I need more help. And so, God Almighty, I am real happy that it wasn't too serious, that nothing was going on in my chest or anything, and that I can still be okay today to still do all the things, like rest and all the things. So, I hope you are having an amazing time, and if you're not, I am here. You can don't call me, but you can message me on Instagram or on Facebook. My Facebook name is Sammy B. My Instagram handle is @SammyB14, and that's the same as TikTok, SammyB14. So if you ever need anyone to just say, I'm not okay to, please message me, DM me, send me a carrier pigeon, I don't care. Find a way to reach out, and I'm totally here for you. I have a huge community of people who are all very safe and loving, and if you want to be part of that, also DM me. That's about it. Go tell someone that they're awesome today. Okay, bye.